Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is my review for Big Brother 16, Episode 10, and this episode was amazing. I absolutely love this episode. I felt really bad for one of the house guests. We're going to talk about them in this episode. You know, I felt really bad for them. But things are looking good, it seems. Things are looking good for tomorrow night, and yeah, so let's just get to it. So we all know that at the end of Sunday's episode, Nicole just randomly disappeared to God knows where. It turns out that she now has to wear a frog suit, which honestly, why does Big Brother do this to people? But honestly, I think Nicole actually looks kind of hot in the frog suit, personally. I think she does. My friend Caden agrees. So yeah. I think definitely, and you know, my friend Caden, Kate of Awesome, who I talked to while I'm watching the show, he agrees with me. So definitely, I mean, it's actually a good thing that she's in the frog costume. Plus, you know, her potential showman's boyfriend, Hayden, likes it as well. So that's a good thing as well. I like Nicole and Hayden. I've told you guys this, but the plan is, you know, the plan, of course, is to backdoor Devin. Derek has this huge plan to backdoor Devin. However, Caleb is starting to make himself a target because, if you remember, Amber told Caleb specifically, don't throw the veto for me. Don't do it. And because they're not a couple. You know, this is not Jeff and Jordan. This is not Brendan and Rachel. This is not Amanda and McCrae. It's not one of those three couples. So, it's not them. And, you know, instead what it is Amber does not want him to throw it for her, and she's kind of upset that he did throw it for her. So, you know, she's very upset about that, and basically, you know, thought Caleb was being kind of a jerk in this episode, personally, because he is doing whatever he can to get together with her, but it's kind of like, you know, man, at a point, you gotta stop pursuing her, because she literally said to Cody that she does not like him in that way. Meanwhile, her and Cody are becoming very good friends. They're getting off very nicely, and that's good. But Caleb is sort of jealous of the two of them. So we kind of have this love triangle, which honestly, Caleb, be mature here. Be the mature guy, because all he's doing is setting himself up to be a target. Because, say, Devin does get POV or something, and Devin does go up, Caleb could end up making himself a target and go home. So, obviously, you know, that's not a good thing to do, and I was very surprised that Caleb was reacting in, like, such a big way to that. I mean, I was kind of like, Caleb, seriously, what is this, like, high school? This is not high school. You're an adult. You're, like, 20-something years old. This is the Big Brother house. It's not, like, a high school. Like, seriously, just grow up. That's my advice to Caleb. Grow up. Because Cody is actually being the mature one here. Cody's sitting there like, well, this is awkward. And I agree with Cody's logic. I mean, completely awkward. And not like the TV show awkward. Not like the TV show. Screw that show. But, yeah. But basically, what ends up happening is also Jocasta is in excruciating pain. I felt really bad for her, personally. She's in very bad shape. She, of course, you know, I forgot to talk about this in Sunday's episode, but, you know, at the Battle of the Block, she started to feel very lightheaded and and felt like she was going to throw up. She is suffering from very bad dehydration, and, you know, basically, she felt like she was going to throw up. She went to the bathroom, and they basically said to her, look, if you have to, just go ahead and do it. And I really love that everyone was being there for her in this episode. That's one of the things I love, that they were being her family, because really, when it comes down to it, you live in a house with these people, they become your second family, and that's what I felt really happy for Jocasta because of that, because these people were there for her like a family would be. They were a family to her, and honestly, I gotta give them props to that, because that is fantastic, that they are a family to her, and I was very happy that they were, you know, so nice to her and everything about it. They weren't rude or anything. They were there for her the entire time, and she was basically on bed rest for most of the episode, but I felt really bad for her, and honestly, you know, I really felt bad for her, because, you know, she's dehydrated, she, you know, couldn't compete in anything, she didn't want to talk to anyone, she was crying constantly, and some people might say she might have been overreacting about, but personally, if you were feeling miserable in a Big Brother house, that's like the worst thing, because you're already feeling so much pressure, because you're in there and you have to, like, think about what you want to do to people, who you want to evict, things like that. Yet, and then she also, plus she's on the block. She not only is now on the block, but she also is in very bad, you know, shape. She does not feel well, and I felt really bad for her personally, so, yeah, I felt really bad for her. So yeah, that was definitely very interesting. Now, also what's going on is the Team America plan. The Team America plan, of course, is to try to, basically try to convince three house guests, three house guests that Zach is actually Amanda's cousin. Very, very funny. And you know what? I thought they did this very well. First, Donny told Nicole, who told Christine, so that worked. And then Derek told Caleb, who of course told Amber. And basically after that, what happened was they told Zach about the plan. And, they said, hey, are you related to Amanda? And he said no. And Zach wants to go along with it and basically make everyone think it is entirely true. And honestly, that is hilarious. And that's perfect because, it's better to make a rumor about you seem true than to make it not seem true. I kind of like what Zach decided to do there. I thought it was kind of funny what he decided to do. And honestly, I thought that was definitely very funny. So, honestly, for Zach to do that, I thought that was definitely very, very funny. Definitely. I really enjoyed that, honestly. I thought that was definitely very funny. And now that we have the next mission, which is going to be really, really fun. It kind of reminds me of the MVP. The next mission, which I did not like the MVP last year because, of course, it was Alyssa every week, which I don't care that it was Alyssa. Alyssa was a good competitor last year. But then, of course, then we had to pick the third nominee, so the MVP choice was pointless last year. However, this is a little bit different. We are deciding who Team America should put up on the block, because Team America next year, I guess, kind of has a say in who they want to put up on the block. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but either they put up someone on the block who they feel is a floater, which happens 99% of the time, or they put up someone on the block who feels like who they feel is a physical threat to the game. I kind of like the latter because I feel like B is better, because for me, I feel like it'd be more interesting to see someone who's a physical competitor go up on the block than someone who is a floater. Because if you put a floater on the block, no one really gives a shit if they go home. Personally, I really don't give a shit if a floater goes home. For example, Paula, I didn't give a shit when she went home because I didn't give a shit about her, personally. So I don't care if Paula goes home, personally. I did not care. I really didn't. So yeah, I really did not care if she went home or not. I'm trying to think of what else happened. Okay, then the POV, it was time to pick players to the veto competition, and Jocasta is not feeling it. She is really upset. Of course, as I said, she's on bed rest. She's in very bad shape, and she unfortunately is so like sick and everything, and is so miserable. She can't compete in the veto competition, and so basically Donny plays it for her. So it's basically Caleb, and unfortunately Devin does get picked, which is not good, because they really want Devin to go home. However, Derek did say if Devin doesn't go home, Caleb's probably going to go home. So Caleb's kind of freaking out about this as well. So it was Devin, Caleb, Christine, and Donny. That's who it was. Christine was there as well. So basically the competition was like and then Cody was the host, and the competition was like a Vegas, a Vegas casino, basically, which, by the way, that's a movie I need to review, Casino. I will review that too, guys. But that was kind of a little off topic. But getting back on track to Big Brother, basically, they were in this Vegas casino, and they had to try to, basically, it was kind of confusing to explain. They had to, go in a certain direction to get a certain number, and then they won it. It was, the most confusing competition ever. But, Devin's, really pulling through. I thought Devin was actually going to win this competition, and honestly, personally for me, Devin has not been that bad since he's been dethroned as HOH. He really has not been that bad. He's kind of been under the radar. He hasn't tried to get as much blood on his hands. Honestly, I respect that. You think you're a target, don't try to get blood on your hands. Just be quiet, be by yourself, and even though I understand why Devin's doing what he's doing, I have no sympathy for him. I don't. I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. I'm not saying I condone what Devin was doing last week. I do not condone that at all. In fact, I don't think what he was doing last week was correct at all. I think he was, dictating to people what to do. A week from last week, I was talking about how he was, telling people what to do and everything. And I have no sympathy that he's all by himself right now. Nobody really cares about him. Everybody pretty much wants him gone, and everyone doesn't really care that he's playing the veto because he keeps winning. However, when Donny goes up, Donny defeats him, and honestly, Donny is a beast at competitions, I gotta say. Donny is a total beast when it comes to competitions. He kicks a lot of ass in competitions, and that's really awesome because he's, what, 42 years old? So, God bless him. He's awesome at that. I mean, definitely. He's fantastic at what he does. He's the oldest in the house, but he's really pulling through. I mean, I could really see Donny going to the end, personally. I really could. I know it's a little early. We're at week 3, but I could definitely see Donny going to the end because he has a lot of friends in the house. He has a lot of people that love him, and he is just a very good he's a very good, person to play the game, honestly. He's very good at playing the game. He's very good at competitions. And Donny, of course, ends up winning the power veto, which was very, very good. I was happy they won the power veto. That was definitely a very good thing. And, of course, now, their plan is basically done. They're going to put Devin up. And Devin, of course, is sulking. Devin is sulking because he did not win POV. And again, I have no sympathy for him. I don't. I don't have sympathy for someone who's just a sore loser. That's all he is. He's a sore loser. He's like, oh, I'm doing this for my daughter. My daughter's so disappointed in me. I get it. You have a fucking daughter. A lot of people have a fucking daughter. I mean, seriously. One day, if I have kids, I might have a daughter. I'm not going to talk about her constantly like you do. I will not talk about her. And if I go to Big Brother, you will have talked to her more than I will. So, seriously, he wins the award for guy that talks about his daughter most in the Big Brother house. Seriously, that's the award you get, Devin. That's what you're going to be remembered as, a dictator and a guy that won't stop talking about his daughter. We get it, you have a daughter, and I really don't give a shit if you have a daughter, personally. I'm sick of hearing about it. So, Donny does the sweetest thing, though. He really wants to tend to Jocasta. They do whatever they can to make her happy, and I thought that was very sweet what they did to her. Cody did something sweet for her. I mean, everyone did something really sweet for her. They all pitched in to help Jocasta. Jocasta's really crying because, she's not feeling well. She knows she's a target. She knows she's on the block. And she's really touched as well. And honestly, I felt so happy for Jocasta because Jocasta gives this really big... She said this really big thing in the diary room, which I'll talk about. But basically, Donny decided to use the veto on Jocasta, which was very, very sweet. I was very happy they did that. And Jocasta is, so happy because she says, I've helped people all my life, and now now God is giving me a chance. And honestly, I felt so happy for her because it's just, she's done so much for everyone, and now she's getting something in return. I mean, that's fantastic that she's really getting something in return. And it's great that she's respected by all the other house guests, really. People say she is a floater. Even though she's a floater, she's a very nice girl. She's a very good competitor. She's not mean. She's not really a floater because she doesn't really play the game. But that's really because she can't really right now. So you can't say she's a floater. You really can't. And I know people are saying she was a floater. Yes, she hasn't done too much in the game, but that's honestly the best strategy to do in the game, is to try not to get any blood on your hands because, you want to go far in the game. So, basically, Devin ends up going up, and now it's Devin versus Caleb. So, personally, what do I think is going to happen? I do not think it's going to be unanimous tomorrow night. Cody literally said to Derek, I want Caleb gone. He said, if Caleb is on the block, I'm voting him out. So, Cody's obviously going to vote Caleb out. It's pretty obvious that's going to happen. I think a few people are going to vote Caleb out, and then the majority, though, is going to vote out Devin. I know Devin is probably going home next week, and I'd love to see Devin go home next week so he stopped talking about his daughter, because I'm sick about it. Honestly, I thought that was, honestly, as I said, I don't care that he has a daughter. I don't care. A lot of people have daughters. I really don't care if he has a daughter. But let me just talk about, some of the other, the other things I felt about this episode. What do I think of the whole Team America twist? Personally, for me, I don't like the idea of this new Team America idea. I don't like the new idea of the new mission for Team America because I feel like this whole Team America is just to sabotage people's games. And that's not right. Really, if you want people to go far in this game, even though these three, we want them to go far because they're in the Team America Alliance, it's making me kind of dislike them. It really is. Not Derek. Derek's a nice guy. Donny's so lovable. You cannot dislike Donny. Donny is just, amazing. Frankie, though, it's kind of making me start to dislike Frankie. He's kind of becoming a little arrogant because he's on this team. One other thing I forgot to say. Donny doesn't know if he trusts, Derek doesn't know who he can trust in the house because people still think Devin and Donny are working together, and Donny wanted to prove them wrong. So I gotta say, Donny really proved a lot of people wrong by showing he can win a competition, he can beat Devin, but people still think he is working with Devin. So Donny needs to win HOH tomorrow night. I know he needs to, because if he doesn't win HOH, he's going to be a target. And if Caleb doesn't win HOH, he's going to be a target. I have a feeling if Cody... And the other thing is, if Caleb wins HOH, Cody's going on the block. If Cody wins HOH, Caleb's going on the block. So we have a lot of possibilities of what could end up happening tomorrow night. I don't know who's going to win HOH tomorrow night, but I think it's going to be interesting to see definitely who wins HOH tomorrow night. It's definitely going to be interesting. But overall, I thought this was a very good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. A lot of stuff that I really liked in this episode, especially felt really bad for Jocasta, but happy for her at the same time, especially that Donny used the POV on her. I hope she feels better. I hope tomorrow she'll be better. I hope right now she's better. Jocasta, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I hope you feel better, because you're very good at, you're a very good competitor and everything. So yeah, but it's kind of hard to do what she does as well, because, like, the position she was in definitely was hard for her to be in the game, but also, I really hope Devin goes home tomorrow night. I don't know if he's going to go home, but we'll see. If Devin does not go home, I really hope he doesn't win HOH, because that's when I can't stand him. If Caleb goes home, I'll be fine with that too, because, Caleb's going to go after Cody, and we'll have this stupid love triangle. I really hope Caleb puts this to rest. Cody is Amber's friend, and you please stop calling Amber your queen. It's creepy. It's stalkerish. Dude, she doesn't like you. She does not like you. What is this, high school? Seriously, it's not high school. I mean, there are people in my high school who don't do this sort of thing. Seriously. There are people in my high school who are more mature than Caleb. Seriously. But, that's in my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for either The Bridge or Wilfred. I don't know which one I'm watching live, but it will be one of those, so I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye. One last thing, guys, really quickly. I just have to talk about what I think is going to happen with the Team America twist. Personally, I don't think the Team America twist is right. The whole Team America thing. Which option are you going to pick? For me, personally, I think I'd pick B, because they would put, like, Caleb on the block, or someone who's actually very fierce and a very fierce competitor. It'd be interesting to see what happens there. But let's see. I'm wondering what's going to happen with Zach as well. If he's going to be able to basically try to make the rumor continue. It's going to be very funny. And honestly, I think Zach is hilarious to do that, for making the entire house think that, basically trying to convince the entire house that, yes, he is Amanda's cousin, even though everyone doesn't think it. I think that's honestly hilarious. But yeah, that's in my review. Just wanted to tell you guys that because I forgot it, but hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.